Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about the injury updates, and a lot of it is going to be revolving around Gavi because we do have some very bad news for today. Unfortunately, Gavi is going to be out for the next 4 to 5 months after the surgery that he went through today. This came very unexpectedly because over the past 48 to 72 hours, we have been told and informed that Gavi was going to be out for max a month and a half. Like that was the worst case scenario up until September 23rd. And after the surgery, everything has changed. Gavi will be out until at the very least March 2026. It's insane. And to give you guys a reminder on what's going on with Gavi, Gavi is going through an injury that is very similar to what happened back in 2023. He has a right medial meniscus tear, which is on his knee. And the type of surgery that he had to go through was a arthroscopy, which is a keyhole surgery to really preserve the meniscus. And the doctors just said, okay, after we're done here, he cannot play. And most likely his return date is going to be anytime between the end of February 2026 to the beginning of March 2026. And for those of you guys who have been following Gavi since the day he debuted for the first team at the club, you would know that this comes by no surprise. You guys have already seen Gavi get through multiple injuries. Like for example, back in November 2023, it was confirmed that he was going to be out for 11 months because of a right knee ACL injury. He finally came back on October 2024 and played a total of 42 matches during the 2024-2025 season, which was the first season under Hansi Flick, and he scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists. So it was really not that bad. We fast forward to the current season that we're in, and he only played 2 matches, providing 1 assist. So already you can tell that due to the frequency of Gavi's playing time, Hansi Flick didn't really want to play him. He wanted to slowly integrate him into the play. So fast forward to August 2025, he returns to action, plays twice off the bench in La Liga, and during training, a few days later, he suffers the meniscus tear, and he left the session in tears. And so we saw Gavi withdraw from his game time for the Spanish national team in the international break. He missed a few matches with FC Barcelona. From there, we're like, okay, no worries. He's most likely going to be returning by mid-October. It's all right. But now we are here. He's going to be missing the rest of 2025 and will miss key parts of Barcelona's La Liga and Champions League campaign. He's also not going to be available for the Spanish national team or any other World Cup qualifier match. And I'm not going to lie to you, this does raise some concerns on his durability and whether he's going to be a player that could actually make it for the future. However, in the short term, these are going to be my implications. The fact that Gavi is going to be missing a lot of international duty matches tells me that he may not even make it to the 2026 World Cup, because by March 2026, Luis de la Fuente is expected to have his final squad core established, because we'll only have 2 or 3 months left to prepare for the World Cup, and Gavi is not going to be playing in any of those games, nor do I think that he's going to be 110% fit. So this does signal to us that Gavi's chances of featuring in the World Cup of 2026 is going to be greatly reduced, and that's really sad to see because we want to see Gavi in a World Cup. We want him to blossom for the international team because he can. He has shown that. And the irony here is the reason why Gavi is going through such a injury battle and has been going through this over the past year and a half is because of Luis de la Fuente, who played Gavi during a meaningless friendly back in 2023. So it is a shame. It's a huge blow in a key season for Gavi because this was supposed to be a season where Gavi was supposed to show that he can become important again, that he can break into the 11, that he can be our number 10 and play between Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. This was the season. He started the season in strong form. Let's remember, he was the top goal scorer for Barcelona's preseason tour and also doing amazing in the first 2 matches. A lot of the sources coming within Barcelona have claimed that the new longer recovery plan is going to be aimed to protect Gavi's future because these things cannot go on. We have already seen this happen to Ansu Fati. Look at Ansu Fati. I mean, like, look at Ansu today, actually. There's been a lot of positive talks. He's gearing up to full fitness. He's looking like he's finally finding his form. However, no young player should ever go through that and have like one very bad injury per season. No, I don't want that to happen to Gavi. That has to be taken away. So we'll see how all of this does unfold. Luckily for Barcelona as a whole, looking at the whole thing, right? Barcelona will be okay because we have a lot of midfielders. We have Dani Olmo, we have Fermin Lopez, we have Pedri, Bernal, Casado, Frankie. We are loaded in the middle. So we'll be okay. However, we always want to have Gavi in our squad list whenever we can. So speaking about injuries, we're also going to be talking about Alejandro Balde, right? Alejandro Balde is making a gradual return, but with a lot of caution. Balde has rejoined the full training session with the team, participating in group drills for the first time since his injury. And that's very good news. We want to see Alejandro Balde back and fully firing. However, the medical staff is taking 0 risk on him. He's not going to travel for the match against Oviedo, and it's very unlikely that he'll feature for the match against Real Sociedad. The club is prioritizing his long-term fitness. They don't care about short-term appearances. They think that in the short term, like these next 2 matches, Barcelona will be okay with Gerard Martin as our left back. He has been doing very decent, by the way. As for Pau Cubarsí, he's back in the group as well, ready for the selection, ready to be in the squad list. He did suffer a minor knock to his knee versus Newcastle, but everything's okay. He's fine, and he'll be there to start next to either Christensen or Ronald Araujo. So there's no setbacks being reported. As for Lamine Yamal, the aim is for him to return against PSG, and I think that, Yamal should be in that squad list against PSG. I mean, like, I'm not trying to force anything here, but I would love to see Yamal feature in this game, make his return back, and really go on top goal scoring form and become a monster against PSG, because after witnessing Dembele taking his Ballon d'Oro, I'm sure Lamine Yamal is going to want to have a say to that. So we have seen Lamine Yamal today train with the ball after being at the gym only and not playing no football whatsoever. So this is progress. He won't feature for the match against Oviedo, as we discussed. The aim is for him to go and return versus PSG. Now, lastly, to give you guys like some very good news, I also want to quickly talk about Ansu Fati, because we have heard some sources claiming that Ansu Fati is much more motivated, much more focused than ever before. Remember, he is on loan. If Ansu Fati ends up becoming a great player in this season, we can always bring him back, and I'm sure that Ansu Fati is going to want to return. He loves FC Barcelona, and every time Ansu Fati does well, you can see that our current players always post about him. They repost him on their socials. And it has been said that Ansu Fati's personal goal this season is to reach 20 goals and to return as being a decisive player, meaning becoming that player that can execute explosive movements with the ball, being able to shadow away from center backs, becoming that Eto'o-like player, right? The Eto'o that we saw back in 2006, a powerful, physically dominant left winger. Reports have also stated that Ansu is committed to regaining full physical shape and consistency. So not only does he want to embrace his explosiveness like he used to have before, but he also does want to be consistent. He wants to be there for his team. He wants to score a goal every other match or a goal every 90 minutes. And so he is very much determined to fight for a key role in the squad. And if everything does go well, if Ansu Fati finds his explosiveness, finds his speed, his confidence, his ability to score goals on a consistent basis, can you imagine what Barcelona's squad could look like in 2 years from today with Yamal on the right and Ansu Fati on the left? That would be amazing. Then all of a sudden, the Nico Williams transfer would be a blessing in disguise. It would be crazy. Now, stepping away from the injury news, now I do want to end it with this. Many have been asking, Kevin, when are we going to be having the Camp Nou back? Like, what happened? We're seeing all these photos, all of these videos. It does seem like they're ready. Like, what's going on? And Joan Laporta provided an update on the Camp Nou situation, and he stated that they are currently awaiting the final clearance from the Barcelona City Council. He has claimed that all the structural work is complete and the club has submitted all the necessary safety certificates and guarantees. And so if the permit arrives in time, Barcelona will return to the Camp Nou this Sunday against Real Sociedad. But if not, then no problem. The match is going to be played at the Montjuic Stadium, which is the temporary home ground. Laporta emphasized, we have done the work and presented all certificates. All the safety guarantees are there. The field is ready to play. Now the ball is in the court of the City Council. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.